not supposed to know.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
over here on the descendants of the slave side, we had a good little run right till the 90s.
listening to Jason
And
Black.
next thing you know,
Excuse me.
you had a bunch of folk who were more concerned about being entertainers and entertaining. And then you had a bunch of thunder-headed, buck-toothed, cobbled brain.
And you know what I mean? Follow that modulus tautology, and I'm back. Yeah, that was Jason Black you heard in the background. I can't, you know what I mean? Jason a little upset at the Divine Nine. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all, you know? Today is, it's still the 13th, April 13th. Um, it's about 8, what time is it? 8:42. Doing another video. I'm just dropping them, you know? I do them, drop them, you know? Hit the like button, subscribe, share. You know, hip hop is an American culture created by the children of the 1960s civil rights movement. Garris once said, we're going to spell it with a K to be unique. I think in him doing that is what made it more of a community consciousness and culture that we're creating, or we created back in the 70s. You know, when we was young bucks, you know. I think Chris got me by like 6 years or so. I think Chuck D's a year older than him. Ice-T is the baby boomer. He's a 58 or 59, so he's before the 60 line. I started at 60. Generation X starts at 60, and then runs to 79, and then 80 is when I say the millennials or Generation Y takes over. And I really like what Kendrick and them is doing. Like, I know I said that before on a lot of posts. When I first heard Section 80, and that's probably my favorite album out of Kendrick. I'm just keeping it 100. I mean, I you know, Good Kid, Mad City is dope. I never really liked the one that he did with that pretty boy. What's his name? The Canadian. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The one he did, Drake. I really wasn't even feeling that. He did Poetic Justice with a sample of, you know, Everybody's Boo. Another young, you know, hip hopper. I think Janet got to be a generation. Janet's, because let me see, back when, let me see. We close. I think Janet only got me by like 4 or 5 years. I don't even think she got me by that many. I think she's like 68 baby or something like that. I'm trying to think now. Hold up, when did Good Times come out? And how old was she in Good Times? Was she 13? Yeah, so she's not that, you know, much older than me. If she's old, she's older than me, but she's not that much older than me. And I know I get what y'all saying, like age don't matter, but it does matter. Like, you know, that 1 or 2 years when you know, when somebody's 15 and you 13, that's major, right? That's, you know, 15, you know what I mean? You know, they touched it at least or something. You know what I'm saying? You got to join to touch it. And when I say join, I'm talking about women. I don't do that LGBTQIA plus. You know what I mean? Them, you know, trying to change the culture, because the culture, the YMCA culture was a young Christian movement. Just like, you know, a lot of these priests. They weren't. It's you know, y'all blame all the priests after, you know, 1 or 2 priests. But when we bring up the 2 dudes down in Atlanta recently that adopted, you know, the 2 married guys that adopted 2 boys and got 100 years in jail. Like now it's you can't. But behind the scenes, that's what they doing. They shutting down that LGBTQIA stuff. right? Especially the T's, you know, because once Trump said boys or girl, that's it. Like there's only two genders. Once he said that, that changed that whole T movement, right? So now they upset because the T, they got to drop the T, and hence that's why it's funny when I see like Tariq Nasheed do Real Mayo, and Real Mayo is now the new whites or whatever. Just like a ninja is the new N-word, but you can't say that. And then I got the nerve to put colors behind it. Like you got red ninjas, you got black ninjas, you got white ninjas, you got red ninjas, you got yellow ninjas, you got purple ninjas. Now they're getting mad because now you're connecting different Crayola colors to, you know, a thief. That's all a ninja is it's a warrior that's a thief. But we're going to get more into that between the difference between a ninja, a monk, and a samurai. Because those are the three main Eastern philosophy or philosophical Tao, or, you know, the movement of their warriors, you know. For the England side, the Western, what's up? You want to fight, dude? I ain't trying to fight. You know, like I'm saying right now, I'm just running around and, you know, just demoing the game a little bit as I, you know, I ain't really playing. But just to show y'all, this is Pokemon. I didn't even do all that intros and stuff. So I did a Pokemon just before this one, which was Aqueous, and this is Pokemon Violet. My son plays Pokemon Scarlet. So, Combi. Like, Combi is supposed to be my main. I'm trying to see. Okay, I got Combi, Igglybuff. So these are all my baby ones. But you can see I'm trying to build them up. So I'm hoping I guess I'm in a safe neighborhood because they didn't attack me just now. So I must be on the same level. You know, they trying to see what I'm about. Or they not aggressive, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, I'm just playing the game. Enjoying a little time. Okay, so there's a secret base over there. I probably get messed up going over there. But now I'm just walking around and using it as a backdrop in my rap, you know, because that's what I've been doing recently, you know. And, you know, so the Phillies lost today. They got smashed. Jeez, you know. Excuse me. And Eagles are still the world champions, so I'm all right. I survived. The Sixers are horrible. But, you know, we'll see as they... What are you? Oh, you're a little cute little deer, huh? A little green one, huh? Oh, how you doing? Want to pet you? Oh, what? Oh, it's a battle? I guess it's a battle. Whew. We're gonna run. Hold on, what level am I? I'm a level... Oh, no, I'm level 13 versus a 19, huh? Super effective. Did he die? Oh. Not very effective. Combi ain't dying. Nope. Okay, Combi. Combi can handle this, huh? I might try to capture it. So, but yeah, like I was saying, you know, hip hop is a beautiful thing. It is. But we're constantly being attacked, getting bug bite by, I guess he slowed me down or knocked me out. Who knows? We're being attacked. And that's kind of what Jason Black was talking about just now. because we don't have the lawyers and everything to sue um, the quote unquote the enemy, right? The enemy is suing us, they locking us up, but they, and his whole point was the kid is like, the grassroots had to, they had to do a GoFundMe in order for this kid to get a, good lawyer, and we still don't know the name of the lawyer, like, you know what I mean? Whereas, you got all these high-priced lawyers that's, fighting for position at in D.C., and they really don't defend, like, they'll defend the corporations. Hakeem Jeffries is the one that he was talking about, but we can also talk about the girl, Jasmine Crockett. Like, it's like she's not known to, at least Judge Joe Brown, like, yes, I defended this person, I did this, I did that, but then it's, he's a hater because he's leaning toward, the quote unquote right. He's leaning towards, Donald Trump or whatever, So it's like, so now he's the enemy because he's trying to say, hey, like, some of the things Trump do, yes, it is questionable, but it at the same time, is it, whatever. Should I switch up? Okay. Should I try to catch this thing? What's X? Yeah, let's catch him. So I'm showing y'all how to catch a, even though I might not use them or whatever. There it is. I'm sure I already have one of them. He wants to learn Electro Ball. Let's see what that's about. So, Growl, Electro Ball. Let's ask for advice. He wants to forget Double Team and learn Electro Ball. Double Team is moving rapidly, makes illusionary copies. Okay, it's on some Super Flash kind of thing. Growl is an endearing way, making opposing Pokemon less weary. It lowers their attack stats. Okay. So evasion, or because Electro Ball only uses 10. So you see, some of these things you got to put in consideration, I guess. You can always change it, as they grow. Let's see. Heroes Electric at the target. The faster the user is than the target, the greater the move's power. Okay, sounds like a plan. Growl. Growl's an endearing way, making opponents less weary. This lowers the attack stats. Let's get rid of that. I ain't really feeling that. Grrr. So there it is, But hit the like button, subscribe, share. Like I'm trying to bring something different to the table, and I'm trying to keep it basic. I was analyzing, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And the only really two is only several single letter quote unquote words, right? A, I, you, I guess, right? But that's generally known as Y O U. Y, that's generally known as WHY. So it's only A and I, right? A, I, and that's about it. A, B, C, D, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Like, those are only, I guess, Elon wants X to be one, but it's like, come on, Elon, stop with all that nonsense, yo. You know what I mean? But plus, he knows X was Malcolm, Clarence, clashes like that. That was a Nation of Islam thing, you know. No, we won't nickname him. Send to the boxes, and there it is. So yeah, I just did that to show y'all, hey, that's how you catch a Pokemon. I didn't really kill it. It was a little more powerful than my combi, but as y'all can see, my combi was more than able to handle it. I'm trying to level my combi all the way up to 99 or whatever it is. So I'm in a kind of a dangerous neighborhood for my little young crew. They shouldn't. Whoa. But I can't. Let me see. No, that's not how I do it. I forget how to do it. Get my buttons. This one button? Nope, wrong button. Way wrong button. There it is. I got my motorcycle. I gotta start playing again and remember my buttons. Get out of this dangerous area. So, there it is. And then you bring them here and she'll heal them for you. Even though they ain't really do no battle or nothing like that. I like to heal my Pokemon. Just show y'all some of the gameplay. But this game is, it is for kids, but this is a little for older kids. This is Animal Crossing is you can teach a 5-year-old to play that. This game right here, there's some mathematics behind it. This is a early Dungeons and Dragons type of a game. It's you got hit points and mental points and things that it's a card game, just like Magic is a card game, just like what's this guy's name? I forgot his name. Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a Dungeons and Dragons probably. There's a Dungeons and Dragons cards. I used to collect the Magic ones. I have a lot of them laying around. And me and my son, we started collecting the Pokemon cards. But he's into Pokemon, but he's not like, he is way higher level than me right now. I got to catch up some. So I do need to practice a lot more, and I should be doing that more so than talking about, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But I can't help myself. I mean, what else is there to really talk about? Earlier I was talking about God, universe, nature, like, as an acronym being gun. And that's the hip-hop way of doing things. Like, hip-hop has always been more poetic than grammatic, right? But even when you're dealing with grammar, grammatically, right? Yes, I start with the first commandment and say love God. Some people want to say God love, but they want to say God is love. And then they start hating everybody. And I don't understand all that. But I get it. It's all a part of how they portray the culture. Like the movies that that I'm talking about. Like, and did Jason touch on that? No, he didn't. But he was about to. The movies, like me and my son, I'm trying to really watch Iron Man with him for one. Like Captain America. Like these are PG-13 movies we never watched together. We watched. We just watched Minecraft and it was mindless. And a lot of Gen Xers, white boy Gen Xers, they in agreement with it. But they have less of a power of Momoa doing and Black doing all kinds of LGBT stuff, right? I have a problem with it. You know what I mean? And I get why. Well, now you hate them because they're portraying a certain class that. Black people are like, come on, stop with all that. Like, no, that's never been hip hop's MO. Hip hop's MO has always been community, consciousness, and culture. Did you see the bug attack me? That punk. See, this is why I can't keep my guard down. I should fly somewhere safe or whatever. But when you stay within this boundary, you good. As long as you stay at the table and stuff. That bull tried to kill me. The bull tried to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Been having some nice battles. Okay, he probably gonna try to give me some some one ups or something, you know. But yeah, it's a lot to this game, and it's a lot of adventuring and things of that nature. And you know, as I can show you, my whole boxes is all filled up too. So, but that's this is when I'm preparing for the battle with my son. These are my level 40s. I guess we get battle level 4. Oh, we level battle on 45 next because I've been trying to level my things to 45. So, but even then, it's whatever, son. We can get it on or whatever. Okay, box 1. So I got different boxes at different levels and things of that nature. A whole bunch of different Pokemon and there's a ninja one that he was looking for. So I got a couple of these ones here. How can I view? No, swap, But there's a ninja one that he said he was fighting. I wonder if I got one. Like, what is that? I don't even know what that is right there. Now here's a Hypno. I can probably train him to be something nasty. Catch my son off guard. Throw a Hypno at him. He'd be like, "Wait a minute, where did you get a Hypno?" I know, son, you weren't ready for that, right? And there it is. I mean, that's all it is about, But yeah, I'm gonna level up my combi and view stats, change box view. No, that's not what I wanted. Change box view, view stats. That's the one I started with. He has since evolved. It's a he. It's only 2 genders, male and female. This Pokemon one that says them. I ain't got time for all that nonsense, right? It says that's hate in your heart. I remember when that bud told me that. I was like, "Yo, you sure?" When I was talking about I don't even know what we. I threw the letters at him like they out of order. Those letters are out of order, and therein is the problem. That's not the grassroots. Hip hop is the grassroots. We started with Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, EPMD, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, and KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions. Like that's the beginning there. Now I'm not forgetting about Run DMC and LL Cool J. I've been calling them Def Jam Zero, even though technically Run DMC was never Def Jam. Run DMC helped to finance the formation of Def Jam because the brother Russell and Rick Rubin and all the story, that I let them tell their own story, but and much respect to LL. That's why I don't even put LL LL. What you did, Chuck D is a part of Public Enemy. What you did, Beastie Boys. What you did, right? Y'all on some other stuff. You know what I mean? I love y'all. You know what I mean? That's why I call y'all Def Jam Zero. And I'm trying to be facetious at what is the true beginning? Is it 0 or 1, right? Is 0 a positive or negative number? But then when you're dealing with blood type, you got O positive and O negative. That's O. I'm talking about 0, yo. You know what I mean? And trying to formulate the mathematics around it. I get it. You don't get it. But it ain't. I'm not just spewing the epistemological way of seeing things using science, technology, engineering, mathematics in an algebraic, analytic, abstract way, right? You know what I mean? Like it's yes, I could throw all types of alliterations, all types of acronyms at you, and that's all that they do, and they do it in such a way to, and they're being facetious. But all you can do is look at him like especially like somebody like Barack Obama. All you can do is look at him side eyes like, is he being diabolical or is he acting dumb, right? Or is he dumb, right? Because if he's acting dumb, then he's being diabolical. That's where I really don't. You know what I mean? Like you can't trust Barack. I know that's the problem. He's supposed to be trustworthy. That's the Scout Law. That's the first Scout Law. Be trustworthy, yo. Don't be, you're a lawyer, you're a high paid you're a high paid lawyer from Harvard University, right? So we call you educated Negro, and then you want to get offended. Like, I ain't no educated. I know, that's why we call you African American, but then I got ADOS over here talking about, he's not African American. He just got shut up. It gets frustrating, yo. Like, that's why we say black. Keep it simple, B1. Right? We was here day one. When he first came, we day zero. We was here. The year zero. The beginning of the time frame is 2026, year zero. That makes year of our Lord, right? We were here already. Right? The Messiah, yeah, he was in Jerusalem. Whatever, right? But black people were already here. In this continent, too. T-O-O. Y'all can't tell me that this land was completely empty back then. And it wasn't until 1492 that, hey, it was a couple of, it was just a few, Indians and stuff. Like, it wasn't that many of them. And then all of a sudden the population grows exponentially here. Like, we're not rabbits, yo. The population was already high. Y'all didn't start doing, what are those things called, censuses, until the 1800s. Stop all the lying, yo. It's shout out to May. May put it right. It is called paper genocide, right? So all of the black natives, when Columbus came, all these black natives, and we started fighting y'all from the door. 1526, we was already fighting y'all, right? And a lot of them got turned into Negroes. A lot of them got turned into AKA black folks, foundational black Americans. That's why we go with 1526, as we was already here before ADOS in 1619, yo. And we mingled, and we, I get it. A lot of Pan-Africanists want to, talk about, but at the same time, confused about the lineage, and at the same time, it's reparations for everybody. It's just like, yo, just stop practicing the destruction of our people using this ideology called segregation, because that's what it's doing. Segregation is actually is separating the father, the mother, and the children. That's what it's actually doing. That's why over 70% of black children are growing up in single parent homes. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. How much time did I put in? Let me check my time, because I think I'm done. I could talk about one God again. Where my time at? Stop recording. Oh, I'm at 28. Perfect. See, that's how I know I did a good job. Right? I'm at exactly 28. I'm gonna demo. I might do another game right after this one, and then do some more rapping. Right? But I'm done with the Nintendo. I'm gonna go back to my phone. See, because I got Nintendo number 1. And then Apple number 2. So I might play something on my phone, or I might play something on Apple TV and record that and rap about that. Whatever it is. Whatever I want, whatever I feel free to rap about. You know what I mean? So came out again just to show. See, I got a little different style and clothing on this one. And I've been starting it again with Love God, Our Father, all the time. Hip Hop Life, Love One, Motherhood. It's not hard. God is love. Hip Hop, time. Hip Hop is life. Time is holy. Money, here we go again. It's nothing more than the fundamental. It's nothing more than a fourth dimensional illusion, right? That really doesn't exist. Because macro, whether it be management, economics, adding and subtracting, is the art of making the most out of life. Whereas micro, same things, right? Management, economics, adding and subtracting, or even multiplication division, right? Is it's nothing. It's really it's like I've been saying, you know, swinging on that pole for cash, counting how much cash you made from selling your soul. And therein is that movie Sinners. It's like, see, why do we gotta be black people in a movie called Sinners? And it's like, that's gonna be hype, Chuck. I'm saying, yo, man, I'm good. I'm tired of watching Sinners and you know what I mean, making Sinners the number one priority in our lives. It's a waste of my time, yo. Ask for forgiveness yourself. You know, I'm good. I'm gonna sit back and chill and enjoy my life. You know, trying to help out. That's my main goal. So, but right now I'm, you know, waiting for the team to come back and we start making our own little videos. And maybe we'll do a battle, me and him battling each other on this game or something for a video. So, I'll holler back at y'all later. One.